first of all, I wanted to ask, after years and years and years of Street Fighter V, of almost consistently making top 8, if not consistently making top 8, and that's lack of knowledge on my part, not me calling you out or anything. How did it feel to finally like get the big win at Combo Breaker, especially after like the crazy exhibition drama that went down the year before?
Oh yeah. A lot of people I think told me after my win, I think they definitely said it was literally like poetic as ever to like finally like just tie the ribbon with Street Fighter V, because it was kind of like my story was this kid just couldn't win locals, and now he's slowly winning regionals, and now he's slowly becoming one of the best players in North America. He's qualified for Capcom Cup. He's played in Street Fighter League. He beat the West Coast. All he needs is this last one, and I think it will be set in stone. And I think it was when I lost to Shine at Texas Showdown. I was perfectly fine with it. I was like, I think me and Shine are going back and forth. I think it was perfectly fine. It's just that I kind of wanted to have the 2 wins. I kind of low-key wanted 2 wins, but it was perfectly fine to get in Frosty Fausting's first place, Texas Showdown second place, and then Combo Breaker first place. And when I won, and then I think Rick Hado even said, I think I'm the first ever Midwest player to win Combo Breaker.
Damn.
Which, for the last year Street Fighter V, I mean, I don't know how else to complete the story. I mean,
yeah,
that's pretty crazy to see. And Combo Breaker is always a tournament that I enjoy. So I was just like, man, from watching spectators like not being able to make out pulls to like being on the stage and winning was just so awesome, and I enjoyed it so much. I loved it, and then I was just thinking to myself, like, if people remember Street Fighter V and they remember vaguely the last year, they're gonna be like, you won the last tournament. I'm like, yeah, I was that guy. So it's definitely nice to have that win. I just make sure not to put it all over my head or anything like that, and be like, oh, you won this, therefore you're better. It's like, humble yourself a little bit, relax. It's a new game. Don't put yourself like all up there. So I always want to make sure to remind myself after that win, like, relax. you it's your moment, but don't go too much into it. So that's definitely a thing of mine that I tend to do. So, but I was really happy to just close that ribbon out on Street Fighter V.
Hell yeah. And how has the transition from 5 to 6 gone for you? Like, has there been anything that's been plaguing you specifically about Street Fighter 6, or has anything not clicked, or has everything clicked? How's that been going?
And let me tell you something about this game. So one of the things, especially during the first betas, was that the priority system is gone completely. So no, like, heavies beat mediums beat light, so on and so forth. That definitely threw me off, because I'm thinking in my head like, oh, he's gonna do a medium, so I can do a heavy to crush or punish counter. I'm like, it doesn't work like that. If they hit on the same frame, you just hit. It's like, oh, okay. So that was a thing. And also kind of like mediums aren't necessarily a thing, and the frame data changing up definitely throws me off a bit. But that was during like the first 2 betas ish. I still trying to get used to the game, get used to the mechanics. But then after like the third like open beta, I really got used to it. I got understanding of it. And then when the game came out, stuff started to click. So for some reason, some people tend to say that I can understand stuff pretty quickly. To me, it feels like it takes me eternity, but I guess, a week to me is like quick and easy for them, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So it definitely didn't take me too long to understand the game, how stuff works and everything, and also have the reactions for it. The main thing, I think, my gripe with this game is that it eats inputs a lot.
Yeah.
And when I say a lot, it means a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure you've had it where, let's say someone drive rush with a fireball, and you press parry as they drive rush, but you get a button, and you're like, I didn't poke out. And you check the replay, you actually did the right call, but the game eats your input and assumed all you did a button.
Yeah.
And I think it's, unless you're a modern, it's a classic control actually bug. And I realized that because then I actually had the same situation where someone did a fireball, so I parried, but because they drove rush, I actually got a button, and I was like, I didn't. The game even shows me doing parry, and I was so confused. So that's definitely a big thing about this game is that it eats inputs a lot, and I kind of hope that it changes up a bit. Also, the patented drive rush is very annoying. I mean, I play a drive rush character. I'll admit it. She's cheap as ever, but it's funny to think when I say even I can't check it. And it's crazy to think about, like, when the person playing the character cannot beat their own moves, it's kind of saying something about the game.
Yeah.
But with this game, it's really hard to change the mechanics without changing the whole flow of the game.
Yeah.
Because if they change it that way, all right, if you parry drive rush, it's now 2 bars. It's like, all right, well, I can still play the same game roughly. It's just I do it a little bit less. But then it's just like, well, if I get the combo, I'm still like in the same good situation. Doesn't matter. So it's really hard for them to change up how stuff is because the drive system is so like it's just so weird to like mess with. You don't want to change up too much because then you shake the meta, and it's very nervous to change. But one thing I think that a lot of pro players are saying is that when someone drive rush at you, they should be in punish counter state, which I think is a pretty good idea because if you do have good reactions, you actually punish them for going offensive, and they lose a bar as well. So I think that's a perfectly good way to change it. But I'm not a developer. I don't know like if that would be crazy big or anything like that. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's probably my biggest gripe I want to say about the game. Also, well, that and also fireballs being way too strong. Like Gal is super good. Jury's fireball is super good. Ken's slow fireball is super good. Like a lot of characters' fireballs are so good, yet there's not many fireball like answers to fireball. I think probably Capcom thought parry will be like the big brain, classic option, but you can't. It's hard to beat a Gal Sonic Booming when I'm just walk up parry. Already put me back in that situation. Yep. Walk up parry, and then it's like I don't know what you want me to do. I can't drive impact because he reacts, and it's like with those characters you gotta have good patience. That's my best guess, unless you're Cammy, which in that case spin knuckle. But yeah, overall I enjoyed the game. It's just a little bit of stuff here and there, but especially after season 1 Street Fighter 5, I think this is way better. This is way better. I think everyone could agree on that.
Yeah. No, and I think I saw you in Automatic's chat earlier when he was going through it today with eating inputs or getting inputs.
Oh yeah, he was suffering. I was like,
yeah, dude.
Yep. It's I mean, we're all just like we all have had it, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. No, and it's all in solidarity. Like I'm pretty sure like we all understand what that feels like. Man, I think for me personally, I think the one change I would do is if you tried to do something without having the meter for it, you just get put into burnout and you don't actually get the thing. So like if you try to do a drive rush when you only have a little sliver and you try to do a cancel drive slash
like right away.
Yeah. Just because then it would force people to like really pay attention to their meter. And if you try to overexert yourself, you're going to get screwed.
You're actually like going to be done.
Yeah. To me,
maybe
like,
like shooting.
That would be like,
or like maybe like a weaker version. Like if you drive rush, all right, you'll get it, but you only get like +2 frames.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something like that. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, and just because I hate like you have a sliver left and like I don't know, like somebody DIs or they get
like that,
or get they get like the drive rush low forward or something like that.
Yeah, it's annoying when you just see that little pixel. You're like, come on, just burn it, just burn it, just burn it, just burn it, just do it. And they're like, wait.